There we go. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the Den. If you're not familiar with the Den is the best conversation on the internet. If you're wondering why I feel that way, is because I think that the wonderful people in this community who join the conversation, I'm learning to speak. I gotta forgive me, I'm tired of shit. Monday through Friday, usually we're trying to get back on track, and share their thoughts and ideas and contribute their personalities to this community is what I think makes it the best conversation on the internet. But it's Monday. It's been a long day, and I hope that you are doing well. First and foremost, I hope that life is treating you good. We're talking about the tyranny of tribalism today, right? And the reason why this idea or this thought came up is because it's just, if you look around, especially thanks to the ease of the internet, I guess, and we belong to so many different little tribes. And the thing about tribes is that, there's usually always someone with a different belief, kind of with their own little tribe. Sometimes that different belief can be similar to yours and just slightly different, but maybe for the most part similar. Or it could be a complete opposite. It could be the antithesis of what you believe or anything, of that nature. So, like I say, you just have so many different people with so many different thoughts, but nobody wants to hear anybody anymore. And I want to talk about how that is leading to the deterioration of our nation. Freestyle King. So, but before we do that, let's see who we have joining us this evening. It's actually time for a new deal notebook. I'm thinking about it, some of the last couple of pages of that one. This looks like a perfectly good notebook. Man. Guess I was wrong. Oh, here we go. Alright, this one. Alright. AKA, well, I guess I should say the name first, right? Cultured. I'm talking to my head, I guess. Cultured, AKA Down of the Discord. What's the motherfucking deal? Good sir. 335, AKA the Stenographer. What's the motherfucking deal? Hope all is well, my good man. I hope all is well, Miss Bell. How are you this evening, ma'am? John from New York, my favorite New Yorker. How are you this evening, sir? The lovely Miss Jess Sarah. How are you, ma'am? I hope all is well. The lovely Lady Grace. How are you this evening, ma'am? I hope all is well. Janice. How are you this evening, ma'am? Let's see. I hope all is... shout out to all the ladies of the Den. The most wonderful ladies. And then I see Heidi, There's some debate, so you pick, you choose, you do what you want with that. That's up to you, man. However you want to roll with that. Misty, hey Misty. Hopefully we get a call. We haven't heard from Misty in a long time. I don't think we've heard from Misty since she called and shared with us her frontline story. No. I'm wrong. I think the last time we heard from Miss Misty is when she attempted to put a hit out on her stepmom. So we'll get back to that. Mr. Keith, what's the motherfucking deal? Shout out to Mr. Keith holding down the ATL. Footballer 503, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. 17, certified. Louis 17, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. King Jaja, what's the motherfucking deal? I guess let me pick up the pace, right? But not what's that shit? The fuck, where was the pace? Where was the pace from New York City? Maybe get the fucking picante sauce from somewhere else. How do people in New York feel about paste picante sauce, right? Or maybe some of y'all might be too. I might be dating myself by talking about these fucking commercials, right? Let's see. East Side, my boy. What's the motherfucking deal? Shout out to East Side. What's going down? Uh, let's see. All right, and I think interesting, Heidi. I thought you know what I'm saying. I thought you were gonna say something like, never mind. I just thought you were gonna go somewhere else with that question. You never know where Heidi's gonna go with things, and. Your ass barely be here. You be here for like 32 seconds. I'm sorry, 35 seconds. No pun intended, but kind of pun intended. And then you peace out on us. I don't want to hear it. You making all these demands. I expect to hear a call from you this evening. But let's get into it though. The tyranny of tribalism, man. I'm fucking tongue twisting myself. The tyranny of tribalism. When you when you choose to subscribe to a particular belief, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Well, we already know about Terry Crews, right? But, and why I say there's nothing wrong with having a belief. There's nothing wrong with standing firm in your beliefs. And there's nothing wrong with associating with people of like-minded beliefs, whatever that may entail, whatever your beliefs may be, right? I'm not a judge, whatever you decide to believe in your life is your life. You at the end of the day, you have to, to deal with the decisions that you make. But where you do have an issue, and I think this is where we've gotten to a point here in America today, and I mean everybody. It's everybody, and that's why I'm officially endorsing Kanye for president. He's got my vote only if he takes on Elon Musk as a VP. I'm going to be honest, right? Like, at this point, I need more of the shit show, right? And it's just like, it's like when you start doing drugs, I guess. Like when you do hard drugs, I'm assuming like crack or something, it's like so good to you that I guess you got to keep doing it. Well, at this point, like this year has just been so unbelievable, right? I need more. Like, we can't go back to regular boring life where normal things are happening. Hey, y'all, I woke up today. Nothing major. Breathing the air all fine. Didn't wear a mask. Yeah, saw some stuff on the internet. Like, who wants to go back to normal life, right? So at this point, I need more of the 2020 drama. I need more shit to happen. But no. But like I said, it's if he takes on Elon Musk as vice president, I'll do it. And it's a win, right? Like, I think if you are a Trump supporter, you're like kind of like, yeah, you'll take it, right? Because there's some people who are like miffed with Trump right now. They may not want to vote for him. They sure as hell don't want to vote for Joe Biden. So you give people another option. And then I think you'd have a bunch of people who maybe like left leaning. A lot of people who don't maybe take elections very serious or anything like that. They would just run out and vote Kanye. Like, I think it would hurt. Of
he
course,
can only
Democrats
be a
more
right and
so
honcho
than anybody else. He can only be a write-in. No, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. I mean, look, if he formally announces that, hey, I'm wanting to run for president, people were writing. They wrote in fucking the monkey. They fucking wrote in the damn gorilla that got shot. Right, like that motherfucker had a significant number of votes. Like, I forgot how many they said. It wasn't as much as the fucking Green Party, but fucking Harambe had a significant number of votes. People were upset because Harambe took Hillary's votes. Fucking, how bad do you have to be for a motherfucker to choose Harambe over you? But anyway, right? This is where we are. So, like, people will vote for a fucking monkey who didn't even throw his name in the ring, right? I don't know why he didn't. But if they'll vote for him, they'll sure as shit vote for Kanye, right? Like, somebody made a Bible and took out all instances of God and replaced it with Kanye. Like, that's how obsessed people are with Mr. West. So, like, I'm telling you, like, if he went on a hardcore campaign, and I'm telling you, not just Kanye, it would take like Kanye, what would it, West/Musk, what the fuck, West Musk 2020, right? And they could definitely pull, if they really can, but they could pull a couple million votes. Like, I seriously like believe, like, with the youth being just the way they are, the people that's always talking about, oh, I just voted for the lesser of two evils, or all of this stuff. And then you have most people who have no fucking idea what a Green Party is, or a Third Party, or Libertarian, whatever the fuck it may be, right? Independent, whatever you want to call it. So they're like, I'm not fucking doing this. But when you have two namesakes that are bigger, I won't say they're bigger than a third party, if you will. People would pay attention in the sense of, hey, I see these guys on TV. I listen to this guy's music. I don't like what's going on right now. I don't want to vote for Biden. Do you know how many people there are that are looking for an alternative, just not to vote for somebody white? Like, they'll do that just because Kanye. Like, and you see people posting it all over. Oh, don't vote for Kanye. Don't vote for Kanye as a joke. Like, I think that there would be people who would legitimately vote for Kanye because they're serious. Now, is it a throwaway vote? Yeah, but. Like, I think you got people who, who just wouldn't give a fuck. But, we talk about all the time, like, it would take, I forgot how many votes they said it would take for the third party to really be considered serious. But I think, again, like I say, in this day and age of social media, with two of the biggest names in the fucking world, if they were to say that, hey, we're running seriously, we're running on a fucking music space platform. That's what we're doing. Everybody's going to get to go to space for 30 seconds for free. And you get some music. You get like, I promise during my term I'll drop a fucking album every year, Kanye. And you tell some motherfuckers some shit like that, and they'll vote for it just on to, like, this is how far gone we are in America. Like, I talk about all the time about how, like, entertainers just hold too much sway. Well, here we are. But I seriously think that it could disrupt the game. Like, I think if anybody at any point in time, this would be the time. Like, it would throw a fucking monkey wrench in certain parties' plans. I think you have certain people who are just not going to do certain things. And then I think you have people who are like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm voting for Kanye, right? So, Elon and Jocko for no reason. But I don't think Jocko has, like, I'm not gonna say he doesn't, like, he has a big enough following, but I don't know how mainstream is his following, right? Like The Rock can hands down win an election by himself. Like, he doesn't even need a fucking VP. The Rock could just say, know your role, vote for me 2020, and motherfuckers would fucking lose their shit, right? Motherfuckers be rock bottoming people at the polling stations and shit. You know what I'm saying? You see people getting people's elbows and shit. You're not voting for The Rock, you candy ass. You're a fucking jabroni. This guy's voting for Poontang Pie. Like, it would be ridiculous, right? If The Rock, literally, like, if he ran, it doesn't matter under what point. Like, he's bigger than that, right? So, I'm non-racist. I am. See, Heidi, what you don't understand is I was born in the racism. You merely adopted it. I was molded by it. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Kanye has a cult following. And if, like, he's a guy that I don't know where he's at right now. You have people on the left who love him. You have people on the right who love him. You have people on the left who hate him. You have people on the right who hate him. So you kind of got, like, this weird deal. But talking about but talking about tribalism, right? Kanye has a super like Kanye fans. You can't tell them the same thing with Drake. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, right? Like men, it's some men out there who cape for Drake way too. Like, I question your testosterone levels. Like men who cape for Drake, like I get it. Like we can talk about music, period, and niggas don't argue about shit, right? But Drake, like to imagine yourself as a grown man defending Drake hits, right? Against anybody. I mean, anybody's body of work. Like, not to say that he hasn't made hit songs or he hasn't sang hit songs that somebody may have made for him or whatever. But what I'm saying is, like, the type of artist that he is. And the kind of music that Drake makes, and who he makes the music for. It'll be a grown man, like, really justifying this. Like, I question your man. It's like some dudes out
Are
there.
Honcho's
Really,
eyes
really
so low
like,
from chiefing?
this is
Tisk
2020.
tisk.
I guess I haven't fully read the rule book. But, I'm not saying you can't like the dude's music, but if you're a man and Drake is your, like, number one artist, bro, I don't know. I would say we need to have a talk. We probably ain't got nothing to talk about. So, Anyway. So, I forgot. Where was I? What? Banana chips. It's racist, Heidi. Send me some. So, but again, like I said, getting into the theory of tribalism, what I mean by that is that people are like not getting outside of their box anymore. Like we're living in a world where I can reach out to somebody, I mean, across the world in a matter of seconds, right? I mean, all the way fucking across the world. Like, shit, I don't know if y'all if they used to say this, like, if you would dig, like, straight down, you would go to, like, Australia or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, that'll take a long time. Then, I think there's, like, a little problem with getting through the core of the earth. And then me, at the age of 5, with a little plastic shovel, I was struggling. The logistics of the whole issue were getting quite difficult. But I would have never thought at that age that, in a matter of seconds, I could talk to somebody across the world. But now here we are, connected. Like, I mean, it's a beautiful thing when utilized properly. But as connected as we are, it feels like we're so fucking far apart. Like we distance ourselves, but we go into our little groups, like I said, our little echo chambers or whatever. Like, people are less connected to friends and family these days. Again, I mean, we've all seen the scene. It's normal now. A group of friends go out to eat, but they don't even fucking talk to each other. They're in their phones the entire time. Like, people have to come up with games now to make motherfuckers interact with one another. They'll go out to eat and take pictures of food and do all of the stuff, but not actually fucking interact. Like, that's the world we live in. I'll post selfies of my food porn, and I'll take a picture with this group of friends. I'm like, hey, look at us. But then the whole time we're not interacting. But it's like that not with our own friends, just our friends, but it's like that around the world. And so we go into our own little echo chambers. Again, like I said, whether our family believes it or whatever it may be. And again, like I said, the internet makes it accessible to find those things, right? To find those people who believe what you believe, or you can find anything you want to believe or get convinced into believing or whatever it may be. And, you reiterate that stuff, and that's fine. If it makes you feel good, if it helps you get through life, that's fine. But then eventually you're going to come across somebody who doesn't agree with you. And, I mean, in a country with, a few 100 million people, I mean, it's bound to happen. But now, it's like, we don't know how to respond. I'm not saying us, each individual, but as a whole, it's like we don't know how to respond to these things. Like, people can't take somebody correcting them. People can't take somebody, giving them helpful advice. Like, people can't take shit nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And they like spaz out. They really lose it. Like, we've coddled each other so much in society. Like, we're at this point where Like, motherfuckers can't handle a little bit of adversity, and they lose their shit. But what happens is when people face that stuff, it makes them, like I say, double down, and they dig deeper into their dogmas and their beliefs or whatever it may be. And that's why I say I think it's terrible for the country, because like I say, I look at it now and we're like in a state of, it's just like bullshit. Like I said, it doesn't matter what you believe. Like, I honestly don't care what anybody, whether you agree with me or not, on any topic, any matter, any subject. I don't care. Like, we should genuinely like see people for being people. For we don't do that shit anymore. Like now, it's you're one of them. You believe that. Like, so as soon as, and I do it too. So I'm not pointing fingers at anybody. So nobody take anything personal. But it's like you start shutting off the possibilities of, growth or whatever, having like a meaningful conversation or whatever. Like you automatically go into these situations, looking at a person as their beliefs, but not who they are, and it shouldn't be like that. And like I say, it's gotten so bad that that's what it is. It's like, because you believe, whatever, you're part of Team Tomato and I'm Team Tomato, and I can't fucking stand you to imagine pronouncing tomato like that. You're a fucking idiot, like whatever, like dumb shit, like easily solvable, easily reconcilable issues, like, but for some reason, like, we as human beings make this shit so fucking difficult, like, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it is the internet. I don't know if it's just hostilities have grown that have pushing us from, like, really trying to be a society, I think, to, again, like I say, a bunch of small tribes operating, under one big umbrella. Now, I have ranted for quite some time. I'm going to get ready to open up the line. Whatever you guys want to talk about, if you want to talk about the Tyranny of Tribalism, if you want to talk about Kanye, if you want to talk about, what else has happened? I'm going to talk about your 4th of July weekend. People were definitely not. Y'all were not social distancing this weekend. Shame on y'all. I'm talking about how much I fucking hate masks, right? Like, and it's not even the mask itself that it's like the inconvenience of having to carry one around. Like, I can't tell how many times I've fucking gone somewhere, and I've said this all the time, but I continue to do it. And go somewhere, I mean, like something quick, just like a quick trip. It could be to the corner store somewhere, local, whatever, around the way. I had to grab some stuff, so I had to make like 2 or 3 little stops. It was a Saturday. And was it Saturday? What was it yesterday? It was yesterday, actually. And was it? Yeah. And so, and it's just like I go somewhere, and then I'm like getting out the vehicle. I'm finna get into. I'm walking towards the store. I'm like, oh shit! I see a fucking sign. I'm like, I have to go all the way the fuck back home.
What you think about the anti-4th of July movement?
Stop by the store and buy something I already got. King John, I appreciate the love. What do you think about the anti-4th of July movement? I don't give a shit about that shit, man. Like, I'm not gonna get mad. Oh, and 17, I appreciate it. I'm low because I want to go. I'm honestly, like, I was right. Let me tell you what happened, okay? Before I open up the line, I was this close to saying that we're gonna probably postpone the deal tonight, but as I was looking in the chat, Culture made a comment. Will he postpone? And so I was like, fucking hey, I can't do it. So, I had to make sure I showed up. So, aside from that, I don't know why the bot is tripping, because I have it booted up. It's just not fucking, it just really does not want to operate. So I don't know what. Oh, I know why. There's something going on with the, what is the API? I think they said they reached their limit. or something like that. So it won't be the bot in particular won't be acting right until like tomorrow or tonight at midnight, after midnight, or something like that. But it resets for the day. So, but like I said, it's just we've gotten to the point where nobody wants to hear anybody else anymore. And again, like I said, you don't have to agree with anybody, but I think you should always hear, alternative point of views, no matter how stupid they fucking are, right? One, you can always prepare yourself on how to defend an argument. Sometimes things are said and presented that, it may present, holes in your personal beliefs. And instead of running from that and getting mad about it, I think you either do research or figure out what it is, how, what's missing, what is, or whatever the answer is to the questions that you have or may lack the answer to yourself. But, like I said, people just get mad, for questioning. Or, you don't agree with what I fucking agree with, then you're just a fucking piece of shit. It's fucking stupid, man. It only works, in sports. If you don't agree with me in sports, then yeah, you're fucking stupid. But anything else, nah. Don't work like that. But the anti-4th of July shit, look, man, you want to celebrate the 4th, go celebrate the 4th. If you want to fucking be mad, be mad. At this point, like I said, I'm just looking at it all and just wow, people are just a lot of anger, right? People are very angry, and I think there's, of course, a multitude of
Honcho's eyes are closed because he wants to experience the blind people's struggles.
I don't understand.
Relieved face, hashtag BLIND, people's lives matter.
The blind people struggle. No, I literally was, I was laid out on the floor. I was I have to take a little power nap. And then, I was trying to take a power nap, and fucking Scotty came in, and any other time all fucking day, dude, fucking dog does not fuck with me. And then as I'm finna call myself trying to get me a little power nap in on the floor, just fucking licking on my hands and shit, and just getting all weird and all intimate. Fucking dog, what the fuck is wrong with you? So that's right. I appreciate the love, Miss Just Sarah. 50 Cent is in hot water with black women. Was he even fucking with black women like that anyway? I don't know. Who right now ain't in hot water with black women? I'm pretty sure I'm in hot water with black. I think everybody is, collectively. Intro, black women are in hot water with black women right now. Sticky, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What's going down? All right. Give me just a moment. Let me open up the line. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, right? So I'm talking all this shit and trying to get myself going here, but I know I talked for a long time. But the den may be slightly truncated this evening. Excuse me. Like I say, we'll see how everything turns out. And see, the problem is, it's my own fault, right? I need to fucking, I definitely need to fucking sleep more. I'll be trying to, I'll be good, fucking. Yeah, just running off fucking 2-3 hours of sleep. Multiple days where it was not good. So, but you gotta put in the work. What am I looking for? Oh, if you expect fucking F is for Family. Anybody watch F is for Family? I fucking love that show. When he fucking talks about the fucking wife and her fucking nagging. That shit is so fucking fun to me, man. But yeah, so yeah, I definitely gotta get I gotta fucking get more sleep. But like I say, when you're working on something, you gotta keep pushing. But I don't wanna deprive the den folk, So I will get some sleep tonight. Wake up feeling refreshed in the morning. I would. You had a dinner ready. But, okay, hold on. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
It's Belle. How are you?
I'm doing well, Miss Bell. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing well. Did you have a good holiday weekend?
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really do anything outrageous or exceptional. Like I say, I definitely saw plenty of fireworks from home.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, it was just pretty cool.
So I told you that they got canceled in the town that we live in, and so in the parking lot in the complex that we're in, oh my God, they were going off for 2 hours. So we ended up having a good time. It is what it is kind of thing.
Well, it's good that you were able to enjoy it.
Yeah, it was kind of nice. With topic tonight, I was thinking about that. Wouldn't it be interesting if we, as a nation, were more or transferred from it being racial situations to just plain financial station situations? And everybody was created equal except the money?
I think you still have people who would complain. They would be mad about something else. They'd find another way to, justify or complain about their lot in life, even though it may be their own fault. But and I feel like a lot of it is that. But I think we live in a nation where where there's so many different people when it's a melting pot. It's easy to use race as a weapon almost. It's easy to weaponize it basically to say, well, I'm not getting ahead because of this, or somebody's using this against me, or et cetera, et cetera. So, but I agree. I think if people could see it more that way, I think it would definitely change a lot of the problems that we have, or the way we view a lot of the problems that we have.
Yeah, because that means it is what it is. It's not. It doesn't become a personal attack. It's financial. But again, racial situations can become clickbait real quick and cause a firestorm in a heartbeat. And I might have just stuck my foot in that one, but the fact is that it's just. I find it to be sad that people do that. I have just not been the type of person to ever do it. And I'm not saying that I haven't had my moments of screwing up and whatever, but it's just not cool treating anybody disrespectfully. My daughter was talking to me about how the Hungarians, that they had the nicknames of being gypsies, and now that's become sort of one of those racial things that even as white people we're not supposed to say.
Yeah, I never understood the whole gypsy thing. I mean, shit. From all I know, being a gypsy's pretty badass. I mean, fucking Tyson Fury's a damn gypsy. He beat the shit out of fucking Deontay Wilder. So, I mean, there's that. But yeah, I never understood the negative connotation with gypsies. Like, what do you know what that's all about?
I know that their origin is from Hungary, and from that particular area. So I don't know a whole lot about that particular ethnic group. But I just know that my daughter was like, you just can't call them gypsies anymore. And it's like, okay.
Somebody better call them that.
Huh?
So what is like the, because it has to be like an alternative name.
You would call them Hungarian, or you would, whatever actual country they were from, their country of origin, because most of the time they are, what do you call that? They like travel a lot. There's a specific word I want and I can't think of it. But they ramble, they are constantly on the move. And that's kind of what the whole title is they don't stay in one place too long. And so, whether it's, an apartment for a year or 6 months, and then they might move across the country, or, they may caravan it. It's a very mobile lifestyle.
Why don't they just settle down and just chill somewhere? Why do they move around so much?
I am not real familiar with the culture, so I couldn't honestly tell you. I just know some pieces. I just don't know a whole bunch of it.
Okay.
Romantic? No, that's not the word I want. When they just they travel a lot. There's a specific word, and I just can't think of it.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, nomadic. John is
nomadic. Thank you. Yeah, that's perfect. That's the one.
Nomads. Yes.
But yeah, they're very nomadic in their culture. I don't know. I know that they're white, and it still doesn't make it any righter for me to say it, So
do you ever feel restricted?
I
said, do you ever feel restricted? Like now you can't say things that you were allowed to say or that were not looked down upon, just a couple of years ago?
The thing is I never had any issue with the N-word anyway. I wasn't brought up with it. It was always one of those things that was, how do I put this? It was a stricter definition of the word, of it being a negative situation. So it was not something that I was brought up with. Now, the friends that I grew up with and things like that, yeah, the guys said it, and yeah, it fell off the older people's mouths, but we weren't, it's just not something that I was brought up with. And, among the Italians, when you're telling an Italian joke, or you're telling a Polish joke, or you're telling some sort of, those kind of things, yeah, they come up. Do we mean any harm? No. Should we be saying it? Absolutely not. But we do. Do I find myself now in 2020 being cautious of a joke that I would tell that had some sort of ethnical background in it? Absolutely. Does it mean I wouldn't change it around a little bit? I don't know. I hadn't really thought about it. It's been a long time since I've told a joke. But I'm the last person, for me, that would want to hurt or embarrass or offend another culture because of my ignorance. And it's not about being politically correct for me. It's the fact that I wouldn't want somebody hurting me. So, what's the old saying? Treat people like you want to be treated, even though the world doesn't always work like that. And I know it comes off as Pollyanna, but that's just who I am, and I don't have any bones about that.
Okay. Well, I mean, like I say, if you're being genuine to yourself, nobody can complain about that.
Yeah, I've learned to be authentic to myself, and I think that that's one of the reasons that I know that words are powerful. And sometimes we can hurt people even when we're trying to be translucent, I guess would be the word, or we just want to state what we mean, and we don't want to hurt somebody else in that process. And like I said, I've probably taken up too much of your time, and I don't want you falling asleep, so I'm hoping that it will get a lot better. This is probably pretty boring for you.
It's not that it's boring. It's just like, it's actually, I'm just, like I say, it's just that when you're running on fumes, it just is what it is. So I gotta find like a power nap time throughout the day or something. Maybe, I don't know. Well, I figure it out.
You might want to take an energy drink before.
Killing me, they're gonna obliterate my insides. But yeah,
that's
have to do
true.
something.
Is there anything natural that doesn't have all those chemicals that actually would work?
I'm sure if I did some research, I could come across some. I'm pretty sure there are some natural remedies to the problem.
That would be a thought. But anyway, yeah, definitely interesting. So, yep. So have you got all this week set out?
I have all the topics for this week, but they're not all. The thumbnails are not all uploaded, but I'll probably do that tomorrow afternoon.
I think it does help some of us. If we want to research a little bit, it gives us a little bit of time to do that. I like being a little more prepared than trying to wing it, because I don't always do well with that, as I've so seen in the den when they've gotten their nails out. But, yeah, they're good for that. It's not always a bad thing because it keeps you on point. But anyway, I've definitely gone over my 8 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever it needs to be for tonight. So hopefully you'll wake up and the next call will be better than this one.
Well, what I do know is that, the bell has rung and class is in session. And Ms. Bell, I thank you for jumping the den off this evening and getting the party started.
All right. Good night, and hopefully you'll be able to wake up a little bit better.
Yes, hopefully so.
All right, good night.
All right, good night. Interesting. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Hello?
Hello. ¿Cómo está?
Don't you got call ID?
Mm-mm.
Yes, you do.
I had to cut the features off, save a few bucks on the phone.
Well, you should know this number by now. I've been in the den damn near 3 years to see this number almost every other day.
I mean, it was a little gap. Cheers. It was a little gap, for a while that I didn't see the number. So, I had to reinstill it into my memory. I had to wait a little bit to make sure that it was, consistent again, and then, I was going to re-implement it into my memory.
What you're saying is my number was saved, and then when I stopped coming to the den, you were saved. That was the thing.
I didn't say that. That's not something.
Yeah.
That's not the way, I necessarily worded it. But
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it was. What's up, though?
I don't know. You tell me what's going on. You tell me what's happening in the world today.
I know one damn thing. I ain't eat no more fucking barbecue.
What's wrong with barbecue?
Because I've been eating that shit for 3 days.
Oh, see, that's the problem. That's how I know y'all ain't got that Texas quality barbecue, because I've never heard.
You're damn right.
I've never heard a Texan say, "I don't want to eat any more barbecue." Like, you could have come from a cookout and stored up plates for days, and I mean, you could have been eating barbecue.
These amateurs don't know how to. These amateurs don't know how to grill. I be watching those barbecue shows and shit. How you supposed to cook it and smoke that shit low and slow, and have it falling off the bone. Shit, you got to tear this shit off the bone. But I can't complain, because we ain't gonna tell you get out there and do it. So I just don't say nothing. I just say thank you for your effort. So I talk about the eggs behind their back. That's what I do.
That's how you're supposed to do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them know nothing. I wonder, like.
And then the damn barbecue be tough and shit be get stuck in your teeth. Have my damn teeth hurt. Shit.
If you're not like the person cooking the barbecue, is it disrespectful to open a pit?
Excuse me, I think I got the wrong. Let me stop saying like that. Let me not play like that. That shit fun. But what you say is a disrespectful to what?
I said, if you're not the person who's doing the barbecuing, do you think it's disrespectful to open the pit?
No, it ain't disrespectful. It's disrespectful to give an unsolicited opinion. That's why a lot of times I keep my opinions to myself, unless somebody specifically asks me how something tastes. Now, if it tastes good, I go ahead and get a compliment. But if it has some issues to it, I keep that to myself. Because
No.
I have given unsolicited opinions before, and I've been told uh, in other words to shut the fuck up
Mm.
or cook it myself
Mm.
or don't ask them to do shit else, you know. So
Mm.
it didn't go over too well.
It must have been a
You
strong
know.
opinion. That must have been, it must have been a strong opinion. But no, but what I was saying was, do you think it's disrespectful to open the barbecue pit? So if you're not the person cooking the food, do you think it's
Uh-huh.
disrespectful to walk over and open up the barbecue pit and look
Okay.
inside?
Yeah, don't do that. You don't do that. It's like when somebody in the kitchen cooking, you don't go looking in their pots and shit. You know, you don't do that. Same thing. I wouldn't want nobody when I'm in the kitchen cooking come looking in my pot. Get your ass out of here. When this shit get done, you damn sure won't get none, or you gonna be the last one to get some.
Okay. I agree
I
with
mean,
that.
what are you looking for? You can ask them, you know, when they open it to let you see. You know, if you just so damn interested in it, send your ass out there and wait till they go check on it, then look at it. But if you smell some shit like it's burning, because, you know, prepaid, he be getting drunk and burning their food up. Like, in that case, when you out there and you smelling some shit like, feeling like it's burning, then I think it's okay for you to open the grill up. Make sure the food ain't burning.
I just love how you said this so nonchalantly and just matter of factly. Um,
What you mean? What
uh,
you mean?
no, I'm just,
What you mean?
no, nothing at all. Um,
Okay.
okay, yeah, and I agree because I was just thinking about there was an instance where someone was preparing. I forgot what they were barbecuing on the pit, but it was at a birthday party, and I just remember everybody kept coming by and opening up the pit, and like people who weren't even like cooking, but not only people who weren't like cooking, but like people who weren't even technically invited to the party. So it's just like I was just thinking about that. I mean, I know it is disrespectful. Absolutely, it is.
But you
But
know what? Sometimes people want to see what's on the grill so they can know if they need to leave or not. So if you open the grill and you don't see nothing but some damn vegetables, or you don't see nothing but, you know, some unappetizing little food, then you know your stay ain't gonna be too long. You know, it's okay. I think in them cases, you know, cause who's gonna sit up there and wait on food to get done that you don't want,
mm-hmm.
you know? Or you want to know what's up next, like if the burgers cooking, or if they cooking the ribs, or if they cooking the hot dogs, or you know, normally the people that's doing it is fat and they greasy and they ready to eat.
mm.
Pretty much. That's I'm just saying that's a sign that they ready to eat.
Okay.
If you got 10 people, that means you taking too long. You need to speed that shit up.
What's
They trying to give you a hint in a nice way.
what's the best way to prepare hot dogs?
Huh?
What is the best way to prepare hot dogs?
Well, normally the people they boil them a little bit, then put them on the grill. But other than that, I don't know. I mean, you mean for when you barbecuing, or you just mean in general?
I mean, just period. In your opinion, which way do hot
Boil.
dogs taste the best? You think boiling?
How else you supposed to? How else you supposed to? You could boil them and then you could cut them, split them open, and fry them. They good like that too.
Mm. What is
Yeah.
what is a Chicago style hot dog?
No ketchup. Everything but no ketchup.
Everything but no ketchup.
Normally the brand is Vienna. You ever heard of that brand?
Vienna sausage?
Vienna hot dogs. They sell hot dogs too.
No, I didn't know they did hot
Polish.
dog.
And Polish.
Hmm.
If you ever come to Chicago, I'll show you the best hot dog place. Look, we might have to, wear our bulletproof vest, so we get the hot dogs and roll out.
Okay.
You gotta be quick.
Yeah. I'll be in and out. I don't linger very long.
In and out.
You just point it out. You let me know where it's at. I'm gonna be in there. I'm gonna dip. We gonna
Yeah,
have a
and then
hot
they
dog.
put
We gonna
like
slide.
this is how you hot pepper on
Mm. Okay.
relish, hot pepper, mustard, no ketchup. You put hot ketchup on your hot dog, you in violation.
I agree.
Ketchup is for your friend.
I,
Ketchup is for your friend.
I agree. I agree. I think people get too liberal with the ketchup. You know what I'm saying? I think people get too willy nilly with the ketchup, just putting it on everything. And
It's an authentic hot dog place. They don't even have ketchup. If you ask them for ketchup, they might not even take your order.
really, hey, that's how y'all do it like that.
Hey, that's their business. I know not to ask for no ketchup. I've been doing that for 20 plus years, so it's not nothing strange to me. It's strange, might be strange to tourists coming there. May I have some ketchup for my fries? You gonna get that death stare. And then the people in the place gonna look at you crazy too.
That's
Like
what, so
I
wait.
know,
So they ain't got ketchup for your fries? Damn.
no, they don't play. They don't play. They authentic.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't use ketchup anyway, so it don't matter. I'm just
they
talking
have
shit.
ketchup in your car or something. Like if I know I'm going up, I take my ketchup with me, or I already have some packs in the car.
You
I
keep it
like
in
ketchup.
in your purse like Hillary?
No, you keep it in your car.
Oh.
You don't keep it in your purse. Yeah, I will have to transport it in my purse, yeah. But a lot of times you have them extra ketchup packs around. I just take you a couple. Or you leave some in the car. It is what it is.
Okay. I
And
definitely
then
feel.
you got to get you some lemonade with
Okay.
a
Some
large
lemonade.
lemonade.
What kind of lemonade? What kind of
Mm.
lemonade? Yeah. They sell lemonade at the hot dog
It
place?
don't have to be no special brand, just lemonade.
Y'all got Mexican restaurants in Chicago?
What kind?
Y'all have Mexican restaurants in Chicago?
You say Mexican.
Yeah, Mexican restaurants, like Mexican food.
Of course. This is in Mexico. What you talking about?
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, everything.
I mean, I'm just saying.
They got their whole section of Chicago, in Mexico. We got Lit Italy, Lit Mexico. The Russian people got the Polish, call them Polish or Russian.
What are like? So what about for the niggas? Like a little Africa?
Yeah, we got Lit Africa, Jamaica. We got everything. Yeah.
Um. Okay. Well, the reason why I ask, I'm gonna be honest. We're from down here in Texas. We have high grade Mexicans. Okay. Like we have top notch
Are
Mexicans
you
in
trying to
Texas.
say you got low grade Mexicans?
No,
What are you saying?
I'm just saying. We got Texas top Mexicans.
I'll put our Mexican food up against y'all Mexican
Oh, you
food.
don't want to do that.
We'll be
That's
great off of
that's
y'all.
it. I'll
'Cause we
take
got, look,
I'll
we
take
got,
your finest Mexican. I'll take your
understand
finest
though.
authentic Mexican restaurant.
No,
Right, you take
you don't understand.
Chicago's
Our Mexicans,
finest authentic
our
Mexican
Mexicans don't
restaurant.
have no paper.
That's
Our
fine,
Mexicans don't have paper.
but that's cool. But I'm telling you, this is
Yeah,
what this
they
is.
ain't got paper.
But this is how confident I am in Texas top notch Mexicans. Right, you take Chicago's finest authentic Mexican food restaurant, and I will go to a local gas station, right,
Mhm.
and I will take a burrito and a torta from that gas station and compare it to your finest authentic Mexican restaurant from Chicago, and that gas station burrito is gonna shit on that.
Look, stop
Uh,
gaslighting Texas. Stop gaslighting Texas with that bullshit. That's the only thing y'all known for barbecue. You
what?
just ain't doing shit
We
with
talk.
gaslighting Texas.
We
That's
talking
it.
about. We talking
That's
about
all
Mexican
y'all known
food.
for.
I am complimenting on our
I'm just
top-notch
saying, all
Mexicans.
y'all, Chicago is known for food. We known for everything. Our Italian beef. We known for our pizza. We known for our hot dogs. Come on, Jack, man. Don't do
Pizza,
yourself. Don't play
pizza,
yourself.
pizza.
Don't play yourself. This is the mecca of food.
The food
Don't play
mecca?
yourself.
The mecca?
Yeah, the food mecca got
Let me
that.
see. Let me see.
Yeah,
Y'all got them
in
old.
Chicago on the map.
Yeah, y'all got them.
When tourists come, they want to come to Chicago for the food. They damn sure don't say, "Oh, I want to go to Texas to eat some barbecue."
No,
Nobody
because
say that.
we got other
Come
interesting
on,
shit to
man.
do. You know, the barbecue is like a
Come on,
plus.
man.
We got like other interesting
Y'all
things,
count.
and
Texas
then
count.
and
Yeah,
then you
y'all
ain't
count.
gotta, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta get strapped up just to go get some
Mm-hmm.
barbecue. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So,
you already know you get what it is. So, hey, it is what it is.
I'm just saying, man. If I gotta go get into a shootout to get my food, I might as well just go hunt my own
Look,
food.
every place ain't located in the dangerous area. Some places are located in nice places.
Okay, so where's the best food?
You
Is the
got
best
nice
food
sides in
is the best
Chicago,
food in the dangerous
just
area or
like
the nice
you got
area?
bad sides in Chicago. Y'all got a lot of bad sides. All that damn Corona, y'all got down there.
What?
Y'all
I know
nice
y'all
places.
ain't. Man, don't listen to all that Rona.
Y'all
That
shit.
those are
Mediocre
rumors.
places.
Those are Rona rumors. All right.
No, you need to stop gaslighting Texas. Come on now. Come on, stop the bullshit.
Look.
See, how come we got to do this shit? Every time I
Because
call
because
in for peace.
because you start. You start every time we get
I
on the phone.
started.
You be starting it. Yeah. You
Put a
worse.
one in the chat if I started.
You
Put
worse
a
than
one.
Miss
I
Me.
want to see who started. Everybody know you started. Put a zero for Honcho and put a one for me
Okay.
if I
Who
started.
when me and Rashida have these calls, we will quick poll it. Who starts the shit? Zero for me, one for Rashida. And so we will resolve this with all.
Yeah, we gonna end this today. This is bullshit.
Yeah. But you know, I was actually, well, I don't want to say surprised. I mean, because we talk about the numbers and all that,
But you
and
know what? Now people ain't gonna vote for you because this your show. See, so that's already unfair.
what? What's he talking about? I mean, I got to vote, and somebody voted for me.
Yeah. Anyway, moving along.
Honorable mention, Kansas City. You would be a old fence riding ass nigga. But anyway, yeah. So my deal
Hey,
is
honorable Kenneth, how you doing? You must have voted for me.
he voted for both of us. Like you gonna vote for two people? You can't vote for
Oh,
both.
okay.
He fence
You
riding.
know what? He probably right. I think he right. I think it do be both of us. Yep. Yep. You right, honorable Kenneth.
I don't know. I don't trust him. Um, but no. Okay.
Hey,
So
you know what? I want to talk about.
what's that?
Did you see this video where this white lady pulled his gun on this black lady and her daughter?
Yes, I did see that video. I saw the extended version of the video. And
Okay,
that's like two angles.
what had happened was I guess they was at the mall or something, and the white lady, I don't know if it was on accident or on purpose, she bumped into the black girl, she 15 or something,
Mm,
and then they followed the white lady outside her car or whatever,
mm,
and they was the black mama, the black girl had her phone on and she was recording the incident, but see she was gaslighting her mom.
mm,
Now her mom should told her to shut the fuck up
mm.
because I feel like the daughter escalated that situation too.
Yes.
But see, okay, let me finish the story. For the people that didn't see the video. Now the mother and the white lady was arguing, because she felt like the white lady didn't apologize for something else to her daughter. But eventually the white lady gave some form of apology, whatever. And she got in her car and she closed the door. But the black lady was standing behind her car, you know what I'm saying? So she really couldn't leave. And the white lady, she had her husband there, and he got out his car, and then he was saying something to the black lady. And the black lady was talking about she'll whoop people's ass and all this and that and this and that. And then when the black lady, um, she was like, she'll whoop her ass or something, then the white lady got out the car with the gun and talking about back up. And then the daughter all of a sudden started crying, talking about somebody call the police, somebody call the police. Now see, this what I didn't like. You done charged your mama up to the
Mm,
point where she almost got her ass killed. You know what I'm
mm.
saying? Over some dumb shit.
Yeah.
Now, okay, this is what I'm trying to say. Now, what your mama should have did was not even follow that white lady out to her car because y'all became aggressive at that point when y'all followed this white lady out to her car, cursing her out there. If she didn't offer you no apology, you say you just tell your daughter fuck it and move on with your day. You know what I'm saying? But see, the white lady was wrong because she got out the car with the gun. Now you was already in the car safe to where you wasn't really in no. That's why I fought her for, and that's why she got charged with assault. Her and her husband got a charge with assault.
So my thing is, I heard that she was pregnant though. Do you feel like that changes the situation?
That's even more of a reason to stay in your car or tell your husband to call the police.
But I mean,
why would you get out the car knowing you're pregnant?
Now
what if somebody had actually called the police and they come on the scene and see you pointing the gun at people and shoot your ass?
I mean, but you know,
if somebody else out there would have had a gun, seeing her get out the car, point her gun at people and shoot her. See, the gun escalates the situation as well. They were both in the wrong.
But I think, like you said, I think ultimately it goes back to this, right? And this is what I think all of us, you know, as a whole, again, like I say, society, I think, you know, we feel everybody's trying to wrong us or accost us. So whatever that bump may have been in the mall or in the store could have easily been resolved, like you said, right then and there. Could have been a 2-second matter. Hey, my bad. I'm sorry, or I apologize, or you know, excuse me. Hey, you bumped into me. Whatever, you know. And then going on about the way. When you follow to the car, obviously you ain't got shit to do if you finna follow somebody all the way to the car about, you know. Because I mean, if it's me, it's either we gonna, you know, escalate the situation right here.
But it made me realize why the daughter act like that. Because it made me realize why the daughter act like that, was carrying on like that. You know what I'm saying? Because the mama ignorant. I would never let my 15-year-old daughter try to tell me to almost fight somebody.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. When a lady bumps you and she didn't apologize, and if I said, you could have apologized, and I'm not going to follow her out to no car. No, sir. I'm not going to teach you that kind of behavior. Because when you follow people out to their car, you don't know what you bumping up on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to put our life in danger and your life in danger. Because what if the lady would have accidentally shot your daughter? You know what I'm saying? It ain't worth that over the bump. You know what I'm saying? People got to teach their kids better.
But see, but people be so adamant about trying to argue with folks and that they just have to have the last word, because I think a lot of people feel like if I get that last word, then I win the argument, or I said the last thing and I proved a point, or whatever it may be. And I think it's kind of I'm guessing, I don't know how everything went and transpired, but I'm assuming it's a situation like that.
Right.
You got bumped, you know, maybe some words were exchanged, and no, I got to let her know exactly how I feel about being bumped, or how you bumping my daughter. I got to make sure you know exactly how I feel about it, and you ain't going to leave without knowing. So she followed her and doing everything else. And, you know, the thing where I got annoyed with it, and here's my problem, this is what I say, you know, you got to stop throwing around so liberally, because then it doesn't mean anything, is they were really quick to call a woman a racist. Do you feel like that woman was racist? Because to me, it was just like, I was asking, do you feel like that woman was a racist? Or that she showed any racist tendencies in the exchange on that video?
No, I didn't feel like that, but that's just how I feel. I wasn't there, so I'm not going to negate how they act about the situation. I think a lot of times when it comes to issues of race, people looking on the outside like to judge the situation based on what they see. You're not actually there at the time. You know what I'm saying? So what doesn't seem racist to you may seem racist to somebody else. So, you know, it's just a difference of opinion, you know. I didn't really see, but then again, it's part of the video that's missing, where maybe she said some racially, you know, slurs or something. You know, I really don't know. But a lot of times, when interactions involving white people, black people, we will jump to just say, oh, they racist. You know, so, hey. Now,
Yeah.
if a white person, if I get into an interaction with a white person, they might call me racist because I am. I don't give a fuck. I've
Well,
been racist a long time. I don't give a fuck. So, who gonna do something? Nobody. They might say, Rashida, you are racist. You damn right. Rashida the racist. You damn right. And moving on. Do something. No.
terrible. I knew. I mean, I've always known. You know, I knew since the very first
Yeah,
call
you know.
you had. Then I knew I was talking to a
Um,
racist. I know a racist when I hear it. You know,
right.
like I say,
Exactly.
it takes one to know one. So I knew it from the jump when I
Exactly. And I
heard you
knew I
feel.
was talking. Exactly. And I knew I was talking to a sexist. So I'm a racist and you a sexist. So hey, it is what it is.
Wow, these false allegations levied against my character,
Yeah.
they will not stand. Okay,
Yeah. They are saying. Yeah.
terrible stuff.
But
Terrible.
at the end of the day, it just set a real bad example for the young black girls. Period. The white lady and the black mom. I saw both of their ass as being two grown people that couldn't resolve a simple blunt issue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
It escalated to a point where somebody could have lost their life over
Yeah,
some bullshit.
easily because
Because the
all it
black
would take
lady
was to hit
talking
that
about
trigger.
because the black lady was talking about call somebody. I guess maybe she's talking about call her husband or whatever. And then she jumping up in that white man talking about she'll whoop his ass and all this and that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
All that shit was like ghetto and unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? And this coming from somebody that likely a few years ago might have engaged in that kind of behavior. But you got to live and you got to learn.
yeah.
Basically, you got to live to learn. You know what I'm saying? So all that rah shit is just dumb. You know what I'm saying? Every situation don't call for all that, and that little situation didn't call for all that extra shit. They both of them be trying to be bad. Cause that white lady was hopped out there called like she was Billy Badass for her. So, you
Yeah,
know what I'm
what?
saying? Sit your pregnant ass down.
She's ready to
You put
bust
your
that
unborn child fight. You couldn't
thing.
fight. Badass Betty. Yeah. She jumping out, knowing you 2 months pregnant, you gonna sit up there and put your child life in danger?
Hmm.
Girl, please. Look, let me tell you something. When it comes to showing guns and shit, I don't even think it colored race matters. So you could air your ass out too. Put 18, 12 bullets in your head. Shit, because you out there threatening people for what? And then you gonna cop the gun back, girl, back.
I'm telling
Stupid ass.
you, she's gonna
And
put
then
a hole in her.
I'm just saying the whole damn situation just made me mad.
Hmm. But like I say, but I agree. Ultimately, even if you may be the person who is on the receiving end of the bump or whatever, like I say, you just got to know: is it worth it?
Right,
Do I
exactly.
value my
It's
time
not.
and my life? Because again, like I said, it
Exactly.
could be a situation, just time. Like I don't got the time to follow you out there. Now you really got to do something there. And then if we do, we finna fight. I'm not finna follow you out here to talk to you about a bunch of shit. We finna get into it. But my thing is like I don't have the time and or patience to just be on some nonsense, like something that minor. Like again, like I say, if I felt like it was something out of the ordinary, I mean, she really put some effort into it and went out of her way, then that's one thing. But if it was just in passing, maybe it was kind of crowded, a little bump. Yeah, should have been at the mall anyway because the damn corona out there. So whatever. But all I'm saying is that
And the last thing I want to talk about before I go was about the Los Angeles Lakers.
about the Los Angeles
You know
Lakers.
they applied to the damn paycheck protection program
Oh yeah,
and got
yeah.
these. You heard about that? Like, how dare you take money from these small business owners that actually need it? Like, they some fucking, they canceled. They canceled. Fuck them. Fuck you talking about.
We canceling the Lakers.
I mean, they gave the money back because they got shamed. You know what I'm saying? But how fucking dare y'all do some shit like that? A fucking million, probably $1 billion NBA team out there taking loan money away, and then you know that the funds are limited, taking money away from people that can't hardly pay their rent and can't pay their employees, and you know just need the money. You know what I mean? And a lot of other big companies took money knowing that they didn't need it. Just disgusting. That's what's wrong with America. Fucking greedy, selfish, and don't give a shit about nobody.
Well, it is. I think it's all about the perspective, like I said, that you take, depending on how you're looking at it. You know, some people say, hey, you know,
They
first
didn't
come first.
qualify for the program. They didn't qualify for the program.
So, should we be mad at the companies or the people who? Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So the people who are dispersing the money.
This whole thing is Donald Trump's fault. Because
What?
he appointed that dumb bitch. Yeah, he appointed that dumb bitch head of the SBA. She just got appointed in January with her stupid ass. She don't know what the fuck she doing. Somebody gonna fuck her ass up.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So what happened? So maybe she just got overwhelmed. You know, this is an unprecedented time.
No, she don't know what the fuck she's doing. No, she got to go. She got to go. She's fucking up everybody's money. She got to go. Give millions of dollars to them big ass companies, and then the middleman got to jump through hoops to get money. That's bullshit.
Yeah, that is true.
But why should the people that need the money the most have to jump through the most hoops? That's bullshit. The money's supposed to go to the people that need it the most, not the people already got money, getting it easy and shit. Oh, you applied for $20 million. Here you go. Another person only applied for 10 or 20. Oh, no, we need your left.
Get off the line,
we
big
need
fella.
This, we need that before we give you anything. Fuck y'all.
So you think that
Your Banca Carranza, that's that bitch name. Fuck you, ho.
Damn. So my thing.
I mean it.
But my thing is you know, again, but it's a situation where
That's why they suing the goddamn SBA, because they fucked up so many people damn loans and grants. Shit. The small people though, the rich people got they shit.
So you feel like the SBA is biased to the small business?
Yeah.
Is biased towards big business?
It's called the Small Business Association. Why the fuck these big corporations even allowed to apply? And y'all act like y'all didn't know. Stop it. Like they gave Planned Parenthood $80 million.
Oh, but they planned on doing that. That was part of the game.
Yeah. Please stop the bullshit. And then you got these mom and pop shops out here got to close their doors because they depending on these grants and loans and couldn't get them. You know what I'm saying? And bank account looking on zero. You know. And then looking how they gonna feed their family and all this other kind of shit. A lot of times we self-employed, you know, it's hard to get money, you know, shit. And with all this damn wrong out here, and you know, but that's my little rant on that. But yeah, fuck the SBA.
Okay.
Anyway, you damn right. That's what I said. Y'all heard me right. Shit. Mm-hmm. And then the bitch, she can't answer no questions because the SBA had her ass talk. The Congress had her ass in the hearing. They want to know why the questions out there fucking that money up like this. And she all dodging all the questions and shit. And they basically told her she violated the law. So yeah, it's people suing her and just about suing the SBA just in a lot of different states now. So there's hope out there that you're going to get your right loan money and your right grant.
So are you still voting for Trump?
Fuck Trump. He the one got this bitch messed up my shit. So fuck him and fuck her too. Now, they probably going to cut your screen off because I said that, but it is what it is.
But what if you wake up tomorrow and they got your shit A1? You gonna change your mind?
Now, because they put me through a struggle.
Okay.
Is there anything else, Honcho? I know I've been on here a minute.
No, ma'am. I have no further questions.
You sound like a judge. I have no question. Now you sound like a attorney.
I'm trying to be professional.
Well, you're not. You're very unprofessional.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry.
I'm working on it, though. I'm working on it.
Now, you professional when it comes to other people, but when it comes to me, you just go off the rails. I don't. But you'll get there. I'm gonna work with you.
Okay.
You'll
Okay. You know, consistency is key. So you know, I'm gonna keep trying.
One last thing. When Professor Trill was talking out them V-necks, he was right. You know what I'm saying?
What? You agreeing with Professor Trill? Yeah, but then that's funny
I do.
because shortly after that, one of Professor Trill's favorite rappers happened to be wearing a V-neck. So,
But you know what? I think you do it to be different because you don't like to be like everybody. Because when a lot of people start eating top-ass chicken sandwich, all of a sudden you talking about you don't want to eat it no more. So I just think that's what it is about you. I think you just want to be different. Shit. That's it.
Yeah, I gotta.
I don't even know if you like V-necks. Just want to stand out. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna start some new shit.
How tall are you? You about what, 2 feet tall, something like that?
Well, how tall? 3 feet, 4 feet?
No, you about 6 feet. 6 feet, 15 feet. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with you and tell you shouldn't wear no V-neck. So people don't say shit. They probably be thinking, but they ain't gonna say it.
I mean, like I say, it's all good. Cause see, when Trill ain't around, especially when he in there for the long haul, he be in them trucks rocking the V-necks. He just don't want to tell nobody. So he don't nobody see him.
No, I doubt. I think his neck too big for those.
Damn. Okay.
He ain't in there easy. I don't know him talking about.
Oh yeah. He been talking about you the whole stream, so it won't be nothing new.
Okay, well, you take care and good night then, everybody. Hope everybody had a nice holiday.
Yes, ma'am. And you too, Miss Rashida. I appreciate you calling in this evening.
Thank you.
All right, you have a good night.
What's Scotty here?
I don't know. Scotty a trade. I kicked him out when I was trying to take my power nap. He wouldn't stop licking on my face. Or trying to get to my hands and my face and all that weird shit. But yeah, I had to give him the boot. So he'll be alright.
So you be sleeping on the floor by Scotty?
No, because I was just here, like I said, in the room, and I was like, I don't want to go and power nap in the bed because I might not get out the bed if I do. So I was just like, I'm just going to get up before it's not too comfortable. I know, sit my watch and then get up here in a few minutes. And so that's why I was laying there, but I couldn't even get to.
Okay, if you sleep on the air mattress, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? You ain't good. You ain't got to be a thing. We all came from down low.
Yeah, this is true.
You'll get there. You'll get your bed.
If I had an air mattress, I'd stream in the den, laying on that air mattress. The way I feel, I'd be on the air mattress right now. If I had an air mattress, I'd blow that bitch up live on stream, and I'd do the rest of the stream from the fucking air mattress. But unfortunately,
I heard they can be pretty comfortable if you get an expensive.
Yeah, might as well just buy a bed if that's the case.
Yeah, no, you ain't gonna spend too much on it. Right, get a bed. But yeah, I'm gonna let you go now.
Okay. All right, well, again, like I say, Miss Rashida, I appreciate the call, and you have a good evening.
All right, you too. Bye bye.
All right, bye. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got called into?
God damn, about time you answer this motherfucker. I've been on this bitch for 35 motherfucking minutes. Shit, nigga. Talking about a bunch of goddamn nothing. Ain't got nothing to do with the damn topic.
Hey, man.
Fuck out of here.
Hot dogs are important.
Nah, fuck hot dogs. FILM. Fresh ingredients, lives matter. Jesus 2020. Fuck off, Honcho.
Oh, shit. To wait 35 minutes to execute that message, that's meaningful. That's a very powerful statement. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Shit makes sense. Alright. Nigga almost fell asleep.
Why are you saying that you almost fell asleep, sir?
God damn. Bro, what's the topic again?
The tyranny of tribalism.
Yeah. So really, being emotional, can't really sit down and have a conversation with one another. Pretty much, you have to choose a side.
It's kind of cutting in and out here. I'm not really hearing you.
You decide. Angry that you don't.
Most of what you're saying is kind of cutting. I can't really hear what you say. Like you just not gonna when you start saying something about angry, but it kind of cut out from the beginning. Like, could you repeat what you had said prior to that?
Yeah. So really, it's like people saying like you really can't pick a side. So like I have to switch on everything, or I'm gonna be angry with you. Stuff like that.
Yeah. So I mean, why do you think that is? Why can't people these days, it seems, tolerate people who don't share the same beliefs?
Well, I mean, for me, it's almost like a lack of understanding and a lack of direction on where to go. So it's one thing I could say because I'm going to use black people for an example. But really what it is, like, really it's not like a sense of direction. It's like, I'm angry and if I don't agree with you, then you're the problem. So it's almost just like, Black Lives Matter stuff. Someone will come and say, I'm like, man, someone behind racist, and then someone will be mad, insinuating that you're condoning the shit that is wrong in the world instead of what's right in their eyes. So that's what I'm mad about that.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, but how do you feel? What would it take to remedy, the tribal mentality, the fact that people feel like, they just kind of stick to these groups. They don't want to tolerate any other outside beliefs or even entertain, the possibility of different ideas. Like, how do you feel that we could fix that?
It all comes from gaining more understanding about the topic that you're talking about. Explain.
It's kind of doing the cutting out thing again. Not quite catching it.
Yeah. My main part is probably just like listen to what people are saying, and then like able to really to agree, but to agree to disagree. If that makes sense.
Mm. Yeah, that seems like people can't even seem to do that. Like, I mean, it's either all or nothing. That's how it seems like the mentality of most people is. The most, these days, and it's unfortunate because, like I say, it's crazy how, political beefs or religious, ideas or whatever it is, and it's ruining relationships that people have, established over, 20 or 30 years, or maybe these relationships aren't as genuine as people may have thought. What do you think the case is? Is it a case of people maybe having a bunch of very weak friendships, or that that politics and religion and things like that, these topics are so divisive that it's causing people to lose friends? You still there, Josh?
Almost like
It cut out. I can't hear nothing. Like it cut out. I mean, cut in for a second, but I really can't hear you too much. I don't know if you heard the question or not. Okay. I'm gonna hang. Yeah, I'm gonna hang well. That's what I'm saying. I was saying, yeah, I couldn't hear you. But yeah, like, so that's my thing. It's just like, how do we fix these? How do we remedy these issues? You know, you can offer, you know, balanced information and all this stuff, but people don't really want that. People don't want balanced information. People want the information that's going to reinforce their beliefs, especially if they spend a significant amount of time. And it's like the more time that, hold on a second. What's the motherfucker do? We got called into the den this evening.
All right. It's more Josh again. You got me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you now. You sound loud and clear, 10-4. Yeah, because it was like the last couple of answers, like I say, it was kind of hard to hear what you were saying. And I think what was I asking? I know I asked about, you know, how do you remedy the tribalism, but I forgot what the second thing I'd asked was. But yeah, anyway, like I say, it's just
Well, I
at this
can
point.
answer. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I can answer that question and then keep going. So you
Okay,
can
yeah,
tell me
yeah.
something else.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, 'cause I could, like I said, earlier I was having trouble hearing.
Okay, cool. What I was saying is like with the Twitter mom mentality, you know how Twitter work where it's just like you see the people that liked it, and the more people that your followers like, the more you see it on your feed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's kind of how that works too. So really, most people that read it, they'll like it, and then they'll comment the same thing what everybody's saying, quote unquote. They're reading the room there, see what other people are saying, and then retweet it. It's not nobody thinking for themselves.
Correct.
So yeah, so that's what's going on. So if you see people on relevant, it's just like they don't really honestly think like that really. So you have to be always open to having new thoughts and being able to agree or disagree. Because I'm gonna say this to, and even Roger knows about this, when we was having a conversation in the Discord about the Confederate flag and if it means racism, if it doesn't, and other things of that nature. And I was coming off the side of, I was like, well, if it offends people, if it's a similar racism to some people, and other people take it down, then I'm not against that. But I am against people tearing down statues, blowing shit up, destroying shit for no reason, because A, that's not right, and B, you're going to be thrown in jail for 10 years. You're going to ruin your own life in doing so.
Yeah, people definitely have to think about the consequences of their actions, you know, before they get out there. You know, they see other people doing shit and like, oh, well, they didn't get caught. Well, you know, your situation might not be the same.
Yeah. Yeah, another thing, too, is like, and I didn't, the black, even that Black Ops Family group, like, they have, like, mixed emotions about this, too. You heard about that 8-year-old kid in Atlanta that got shot dead, right?
Yeah.
This past weekend. Yeah. So, the family was talking about, they be saying Black Lives Matter, but y'all don't really take care of our own, which, let's just be honest, we don't really take care of our own.
Mm-hmm.
That's not Black Lives Matter fault, that's our fault. At some point, personal responsibility has to be taken. There's a reason why Chicago looks the way it looks, and there's a reason why Houston looks the way it looks. It's not that bad. There's a reason. And the mayor for elite and the president was speaking against it. So it is what it is.
Okay. So you think it's going to get worse before it gets better?
Yeah, because that's usually what happens in every situation, where it usually gets worse before it gets better. And but one thing I noticed is Trump is a very petty person. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you think?
Yeah. The reason why I say petty is this, like, and that's why I brought up that 4th of July thing about what you thought about what you didn't. People talk about it, and then the fact something that says if you like the country, then you leave, right? And there's most people that are from other countries that are saying that they don't like it, right?
Yeah.
So you know what Trump does today?
You know, he said, what did he do today?
You know that ICE situation, right? About people having green cards that study over here.
Oh, that shit there, I did see that. Now that's a very peculiar situation because you gotta feel like, right, if you're taking classes online and you're not actually physically attending the school, so are they wrong for doing that?
I mean, they could because you separate because they might have family, extended family over here. I mean, most of the families might be from overseas, but they might have extended family over here. But the reason why I said that is this: if people wasn't on that anti-America, I don't want to be here type stuff, I don't think Trump does this. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It seems like a petty move on his side to be like, okay, since they don't want to be here, let's help them out. It's mostly young kids saying that they don't want to be here. It's not the older immigrants that moved here. Because I'm going to just give you an example of my parents, right? My parents not from here. All the granddad did everything to bring him over here, have an education, have a life, meet my mom, be here. Mom was a maid, overstayed visa, you know, she's an American citizen now. But there were some loopholes and there were some guidelines that, you know, that were hard for trying to become an American citizen. When they become that, it's a form of, you know, joy being an American citizen. And what people, and where the disconnect is, you got the African Americans over here calling them coons because they're happy to be here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then you got but then you got African Americans over here want to go back to motherland Africa talking about, man, y'all should have a go over there. I don't know why y'all being over here. So what's happening is African Americans want to go to Africa that are from here, and the Africans want to come over here, like the Mexicans are trying to come over here as well. So those kids are in camps. So it's a disconnect. It's almost like there's both sides saying that the grass is greener on the other side. Nobody's listening to each other.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the issue, but I think it's more so, you know, I think when you're looking at the Americans that, you know, when you have Africans who are coming over here for a better opportunity, I mean, they know. I mean, that's pure fact. I mean, there's no opportunity like what you're going to get here in America to be something, to make something. Just waking up any day, you can change your life in America. That's the truth. You know, with the right plan, with the right execution, the right foundation, whatever. Those opportunities don't exist elsewhere. So, like, I would listen more so to the African coming from, you know, the motherland and what they're saying more so than I would the American, because me personally, you know, most black Americans are not taking advantage of the opportunities that are here in America. I mean, that's just point blank. So the opinion is going to be negative, is going to be negated, or whatever. That's why you consistently see these foreigners, and again, even dark-skinned foreigners, Africans, or whatever you want to call them, come over here and have success. Like, honestly, if I'm not mistaken, like on average, I think the single Nigerian man is making more than the average white in America. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to say they said like almost 40,000 more, like on average. Like, so that shows that you know that these groups are coming in and that there are finding success. But again, it's just about it's about culture. It's about the individual themselves and what they want, what they believe. But when you come out instilling, especially American children, and it's not the schools, it's not anything but the neighborhoods, the communities, and sometimes your own family telling you that, you know, America ain't shit, you're not gonna make it, you know, the school ain't shit, you know, this, that, and the third. And it may not be, but the school's job is only to teach you so much. It's not the job of the school to teach you how to live. And so that's where the parents' lack of knowledge and ability, because they have obviously haven't, you know, generate that life for themselves on how to live properly. You know, they can't pass it down, and you have that cycle that continues. But like I said, that's a whole other topic. But definitely, I agree. You know, as far as, you know, people getting upset calling them coons and Uncle Tom because they're trying to take advantage of that opportunity is crazy to me. But it's a real thing, and that's the sad part about it.
Yeah, it's not just Africans; other races too taking advantage of Mexicans. It's pretty much anybody foreign. And I ain't gonna lie. I mean, we got a great example in this chat. I know we give Heidi a hard time, but she's a main example. I mean, I think she's from Germany, right? So she came over here, made a living, and she seems like she's doing okay.
Well, I mean,
not saying that.
Heidi is probably committing identity theft, and I'm pretty sure her green card expired, but somehow she's here, so I wouldn't use her as an example for anything. But
and here driving a Porsche and shit, but yeah. I mean, damn, get it how you live, I ain't knocking your shit.
Yeah, I feel you. Okay. But yeah, that's why I definitely agree, man. You got to make a decision for yourself. That's the beauty of America. That's the beauty too of, being a real individual is thinking for yourself, not getting caught up in the tribe mentality too. Because then you'll, like you said, all that Twitter group think. You made an excellent point talking about people they're really not thinking for themselves, and they need other people to really think for them, and that's why if you get caught in these tribes, because they just want to reiterate and repeat what the rest of the group is thinking, so that they remain well liked and appreciated or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, and I just wish that if Black Lives Matter used the money that they raise for the community instead of giving politicians that don't care about them, we'd be in a better spot.
And Roland Moore, I ain't worried about Roland. That would be a bad deal for him and his ascots. Okay, yeah. All right. Well, Mr. Josh, anything else you got on your mind there, Mr. Josh, sir?
Yeah. One thing, I just want to get the word out for Black Lives Matter to actually use the money to actually help black communities instead of getting the politicians that don't give a shit about them.
Feel me?
Yeah, so I'm advocating for that, normalizing that, since we normalizing and canceling shit.
You feel me? Okay.
No, I'm good, man.
All right. Well, Mr. Josh, I appreciate your call, sir.
All right, man.
All right. I have to take a small Honcho hiatus. I know y'all like, well, you're not even on the screen, Honcho, you asshole. I'm going to do one more. I'll put you on hold. I'm going to put this call on hold. I'm going to take a small Honcho hiatus, and I'm going to come back and we'll take that call real quick. I'm just going to leave now let me put the whole screen on, and that way I'll be right back. Give me just a moment.
The call on hold was disconnected.
apologize about that. That turned into a Honcho and a Scotty hiatus. It wasn't initially planned, but my socks got attacked in the hallway, so here we are. Give me one. And oh, there we go. So, and again, I apologize for whomever was on hold. I can't blame you for not waiting. Yeah, so there's that. Where are we at here? And I definitely forgot what I was talking about right before we ended the conference. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the body. It's not showing. It's showing certain aspects or certain elements, certain features or whatever working, but for some reason, let me see. Let's try it one more time. Let's reboot it. Let's do it like so. And there. All right. Where's Misty? Is Misty still with? Where's Misty? But yeah, no, I definitely agree. You know, when we were talking about the thing, because I forgot where I saw that stat about the Nigerians. It's like, so it's really a situation where, you know, it's about you taking control of the opportunities that are presented to you. Like, you know, America's a crazy place because we call it the land of opportunity, but it really is, no matter what. Like, because even if you're a criminal, like, if you're a criminal in a fucking third world impoverished country, you're probably still living pretty shitty, right? Like, motherfuckers literally go from rags to riches. They fucking, I mean, it happens all the time. A lot of motherfuckers get killed along the way, but, I mean, but the opportunity is there in America. You know, when you go to a third world country or one of these other countries where, you know, the country itself is poor. It's not poor areas and then, you know, maybe a little rich neighborhoods intermingled in between each other. There may be, you know, poor areas and rich areas, but they're not, you know, right around each other. You know, it's there's going to be some type of separation. You know what I mean? From the haves and have-nots. But I mean, here, like I say, you can drive down a fucking street and you know, a couple of blocks may be very nice. Some of them may be extremely nice. Some of them may be a little shittier further down the road, depending on, you know, where you're at or where you're going. But, you know, all within the same city, all within, you know, sometimes the same neighborhoods, depending on what it is. And like I said, that just the opportunity is there. And so I think if you've never experienced lack or not having anything, you know, tripping. Then it's going to be different for you. It's going to be a situation where, you know, you're just going to think, oh, I just got it bad, especially if you're on the lower end of the stick, right? It's crazy. Statue of Frederick Douglass torn down. Motherfuckers on that dope. All right, there we go. And, you know, it's like I say, it's just, you're just in a situation where you just got to figure it out. That's the beauty of it. Like, the opportunity is there. Like, the opportunity to, you know, start your own business and become wealthy. It's there. To choose what type of business, what type of field you get into, it's there. Like, there's no caste system. Like, you know, even though early rap didn't begin on that, you know, what it is now. What is the, I mean, every rapper's whole story is I was nothing and I came to something, right? And like you hear that story all the time. People are born into poverty, you know, extreme poverty, who become successful by their own definition. That's only in America. You don't hear shit like that elsewhere. They can't make that music elsewhere because those opportunities don't exist. That's why, you know, the things that America puts out, especially as far as entertainment wise, is absorbed by everything. Like, because it's different here. People don't see that. Like, if you're on the lower end of the totem pole, if you're on the short end of the stick, by your own perception, like, yeah, you're gonna think, oh, it sucks here, it's the fucking worst. But what I say, you know, and we can talk about, you know, police brutality, we can talk about racialism, we can talk about all that shit. Like, ultimately, all this shit comes down to its human nature, because you can go back and like I say, a lot of people say, oh, we're going to go back to Africa. Like Josh used that example about going back to Africa and, you know, all this other stuff. You know, Africa has its fair share of issues too. I don't know if people know that. Like I say, go get into some of these fucking other countries. Go kind of see how they, you know, where they operate, where they hang out on social media, and see how they speak on these things. They have the same problems with police brutality, if not worse. You know, motherfuckers stopping them and forcing bribes on them and things like different things, like, and nobody does shit. There's no oversight, there's no committee, there's no nothing. There's a fuck you, you know, and keep on going. Like, that's it. And guess what? The fucked up part about it is, oh, they're black just like you. So it's a power thing. It's a class thing. It's a haves and have-nots. I mean, that's what it's always going to be. Even if there was no modern society, like, it would still be that way. You know, the best, the most athletic, most active, or whatever, your best hunters or whatever, you know, they're gonna receive the spoils and the riches, especially if, you know, you're feeding the whole tribe. They're gonna get treated special. You know, and they're gonna be the haves, and those who can't, there's gonna be the have. Like, there's always gonna be that separation. Let's see. What's the motherfucking deal? We got called into the den this evening.
Yes, Dre.
Dre, what's the motherfucking deal, Dre? What's on your mind this evening, sir?
Just the actual topic of the show tonight.
Okay.
Thing is, tribalism is something you could never get away from. No matter what country you're in, where you're coming from, you're always going to run into it. The only difference is certain places, like from my experience in Trinidad, it was there. Excuse me. It was there too. But with the difference in, like, some of these other places, things can shift with the political tide. Voting, putting another party in power and everything, and things will just totally flip. So the tribe that was on top all of a sudden now has to take a step back. But that's completely different than what's going on in, like, the U.S., in Canada, in Britain, in, I guess, more multicultural places. But everywhere else, it's the same, but then your voting power makes way more of a, I guess, a stronger stance. And that's all I got.
So, you mentioned...
Except for the fact, just one more thing I got to throw in before. You have to keep Drake. You couldn't send him back.
No, we don't want him. No, we definitely don't want him.
He had money when he had money from the beginning, and then lied and say, that's that from the bottom coming off that, I'm bullshit.
Hey, you know.
But anyways,
he said,
back to the topic.
He told me the 6 is where it's at, you know, the 6 up and straight, and he run it again. So we gonna send him back over there, let him run the 6, you know, let him do his thing. We gonna let y'all, you know, deal with that. Matter of fact, we gonna let y'all keep all the music. Y'all ain't gotta export. Y'all keep all the new Drake hits, all that good shit. That's all y'all. We're willing to do that because we're so kind.
We don't want him. And we don't know where the 6 is.
Yeah, that's tough.
He keeps talking about the 6, but ain't nobody here from the 6.
Like we'll
it's still T.O.
We'll give y'all Drake back. Y'all let us have Tory Lanez.
You kept Justin Bieber and Celine Dion. Why you couldn't make it a trifecta and keep him?
But that's what I'm saying. We've gotten greedy, right? So we feel as though we probably should give something back. So we'll give back Drake.
No.
Man,
Canada never had this thing about give us your idiots, give us your other people, and all that shit. That was an American thing.
but I mean, he's a national
The
treasure.
British didn't want that, and that's why you guys separated from them. And I don't know, some people up here were just too scared to rebel against the crown, and they decided to make money off of it, like make the Chinese pay to come over and force them to build the railways. Make these other people pay to come over and stick them in the coldest places. Like that's how my mom came in. She had to go to Winnipeg, and it's one of the coldest fucking places on this planet, or at least on this continent. Sometimes it gets too cold to even snow or have ice. It's that damn cold.
Winnipeg.
So
It sounds like
either way, Drake, because all you guys put him on the radio and blew him up. That's the one thing Jay Prince has against him. His one strike on his record. Even though he's shown support for his son, that's a strike on his record.
I have no comment on that.
That's the one bad thing, one mistake Houston made.
I have no comment. That's just a terrible. But if he eating off of it, which I'm sure he is eating very well off of, so I can't be mad at him for that. But I'm just definitely not. But you said something. You said even in Trinidad that there is tribalism. Could you explain what kind of tribalism takes place in Trinidad?
Okay, there, I guess, through slavery, you have Africans from different parts of Africa, Indians from different parts of India, some Chinese, and I guess you still got some white people left over and everything. And you have the same north-south battles that everywhere else has with like north, south, east, west, and all that type of stuff. And then with Trinidad being like a two-island country, Trinidad and Tobago, you also have Trinidad versus Tobago. And basically, like anyhow you want to chop things up, you can chop things up and have people against each other. But I guess the power and everything comes through the voting and through the political thing, because when you vote one party out and put another one in, unlike over here where every party's doing the same damn thing, there, I don't know, it just seems a little bit less puppeteering. Like, you still have the puppeteering, but it's just a little bit less. Hey, start talking about that cocaine again?
Let's talk about me. I'm barely holding it together here, so it's definitely me.
Yeah.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug, though. But okay. But yeah, the reason why I ask is, like I say, because I think to further prove my point. Like, I mean, it's a human nature thing. Like, you're gonna find something. Mm-hmm. Groups are gonna find things that make them different, and they're gonna use that to be the great separator. So I remember what was the Tutsi and the Hutu tribe in Africa when they were going through it. It was the width of your fucking nose. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, they got the fucking wide nose, kill them. And that's black people, living right next to each other. So like I say, it's just anybody. You're gonna find things that separate one another, and they're going to use that as leverage. I mean, skin tone is just the easiest thing, so I think that's why a lot of people jump to that first and foremost. When sometimes you say you may just be a fucking dickhead, but that's good. Okay.
And I guess if I was to get historical about the Caribbean, then you could say it happened. It was going on before that too, because the natives there were Caribs. That's where Caribbean gets their name from. they were the majority or the powerful set. The other set was the arrow axe. The difference is one had a flat head, one didn't. And it wasn't naturally flat. They actually used to put stones on their heads to make them flat. And they were all descendants of the Incas.
Crazy.
So, like, even going back then, it was like, okay, do something different, make ourselves look different or just be different. And we still got tribalism, even though they came from the same people that went across to the islands.
Yeah, and that's why, like I said, that's why I say it's just human nature. Like, no matter what, like, we can sit here and say, all right, well, we even invented these virtual reality glasses that make everybody see everybody as the same color. So we all, we can do all this we can come up with all the shits we want to, but I mean, somehow, some way, we're going to figure out what's different, and we're going to point that out, and we're going to separate by that. That's just, or the people who, carry that feature are going to associate. I mean, it is what it is. So that's why I look at a lot of this stuff, and I mean, I understand, but at the same time, too, you kind of got to protect yourself against it.
The one time that I see people stand up with each other and everybody unite is when things get really bad.
Yeah.
And things have to change. Then people unite, and then when things get better, they break back down into the
when it looks like it's going to be terrible for everybody, when it looks like the whole world's going to die, when you start having to face your mortality on a large scale, then people start, reacting, hey, when they start getting fearful of the possibility of death or something, or pain or loss or whatever the fuck, it could be. And so, then they're gonna cooperate collectively. But outside of that, like you said, once things seem normal again, it's back to the business, to the same old.
Right. And I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
I know I'm probably over time, but what do the mods do?
What do the mods do? They
Yeah.
mod.
Okay. I got timed out for 5 minutes tonight. I think it was spiteful because the mod that I'm assuming timed me out was spamming the chat. I called him out for spamming. That cloth author, native, he timed me out 300 seconds.
I'm aware of who it is, and I know people from that particular gentleman's area of raising are quite sketchy, so I will look into it. All right. All right, Mr. Dre. All right, anything else that's on your mind right now, Mr. Dre?
No, that's it. Like, I got stuff for Fridays, but I missed a couple shows on time last week, so I got back content to bring Friday. That's about it.
All right, I'll be looking forward. That sounds good. I'm gonna be looking forward.
All right.
All right, Mr. Dre.
All right. Have a good night.
You too. Have a good evening. All right. Shout out to Dre. Shout out to John Bell and Miss Jacira. I know y'all calling the evening. Good evening. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Hey, it's me, Misty. What's up?
It's the Misty. Hello, Misty. How are you this evening?
Well, I thought I would call because you said I never call anymore, and I've just been really listening, and stuff like that. And I think Miss Sarah said my probation officer made me get off of the internet, so, I didn't end up killing my mother-in-law, as you call her. That is not my damn mother-in-law. I already told you that.
Sure?
But she's come pretty close. I think my dad's about to drive her nuts, so it's
Trump
pretty
admin
good.
now trying to ban TikTok. Now tears of joy.
Yeah, my dad is just driving her nuts. So
Do you
it's
use
been not
TikTok?
easy missing my mom. Still miss my mom a lot. And no, my name is not Karen, and no, I do not want to be a Karen. So don't even refer to me as Karen. I have the Karen nowhere in my name. My name is Misty.
Have you ever been accused of being a Karen?
No, I haven't. And I saw that stupid woman. There was some dumb woman that was from some block over, like on some YouTube thing. And this woman, they were calling her a Karen, and I saw like kind of like what that meant, like somebody being sort of prejudiced. I don't know what the whole thing is, but it's some stuff about somebody being prejudiced or whatever, and doing some old dumb shit and saying some old stuff, or Anyway, this lady kept video. This white lady, she kept video like this lady's car tag, her yard, all kinds of stuff. And she was coming over like every other week and every week, and somebody, you got this against the law and stuff. And the old white lady didn't even live in the neighborhood. I'm like, dang, she ain't doing nothing but asking to be shot. I mean, the white lady, obviously, you don't just like go over and like two neighborhoods over and be nosy like that nowadays. You will get your tail shot off.
Why do you think somebody would do that?
Now, I mind my business. I mind my business. I stay doing what I need to do. I got enough business to carry on with. When my daddy acting the fool, and when Trey's gone, and I got a great husband. I mind my own business. I got enough business to take care of right here. I ain't got time to be videotaping nobody over and no whatever. Stupid junk, That's just stupid.
I agree.
I can't stand, really, honestly, Honcho, I cannot stand prejudiced people. I think it's just dumb.
Why? What's wrong with prejudiced people?
Because it's like they don't know the first thing that they go to the first person they see, just like I told you before, like when I was working at this hospital called Brooklyn, I told you in Alabama. Okay, I would go into the medicine room to get ready to pull my medications, and another nurse might come in, and she might be talking about somebody else that's a friend of mine out there who might be a black lady. Most of my friends, if you see my pictures and stuff, most of my friends are black ladies that I work with at that. I have all kinds of friends, but I'm saying at that particular place I was working, most of my friends were black ladies. So she wanted to say something to my friend Daphne, and like I said, I just kind of went off on her because I'm like, you don't know the first thing about me. You don't know nothing about me at all. And I went off on her because I just feel like, shut up. You don't know. Okay, what about that lady that was on, what was it, Steve Harvey or one of them? She went to go back and look, and her actual mom was biracial and did that thing where she passed as white because she looked more white. And then, she kind of ended, and, she was like, her dad was like, what was he? He was like, not Switzerland or something, but it was like she had blonde hair and all that. Come to find out, she was like, so much percentage African American, and she knew her mom was like actually half black and half white, but I guess just more, in the white race, and was like during the 60s and 70s, she married, and then she went back to looking at all her history and stuff, and going back to find out things about her mom, and her mom had actually passed as a white lady, which was really sad because, her mom couldn't really be, I guess, who she was or something, And what was so crazy about that lady, that was the white lady, or the one that looked more white, I'm saying the daughter that actually found out what was going on and how come she never could find out about her mom's family. She was like, she remembered her dad because he was from the army. He would say racial things in the house, and her mom just, kind of sat there like, well, And, it was weird. I thought it was weird. And there's so many people that we're finding out today. There's so many different things going on, and it just makes me so aggravated. I think I could kill those more than I could my whatever you want to call that bitch.
Well, so why don't you want to call her stepmom?
You did what now?
I said, why don't you want to call her stepmom? Why do you have an issue with that?
Because she's younger than me, and that's not a stepmother that wants to take everything from. That's not okay. Look, this lady has done 2 years. Two different stints in prison. There's a long history of all kinds of drug abuse and stuff like that. And my dad found this lady just because the first person paying attention. I'm not going to call somebody like that. My stepmother. I don't even have a jail. I don't have no kind of record, but a speeding ticket at the most. And put Aminar in. No, I'm not saying that I'm better than her, but she's pregnant. He just got out of prison March the 19th of 2000. No, March the 19th, 2019. Yeah, he just got out of the halfway house like March the 16th. So don't even play with me. You know he's not.
But
He's the one I'm not going to talk
but what I'm saying though is just like, you know, if you ever have to go do time or do something, I mean, you can turn to her for good advice.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with having to do whatever you have to do. But if your whole record is worthless checks and drugs and everything else and stealing from old folks, this is not the first time. My dad's closer to 70 than he is anything. And you stealing from old folks, pretending like whatever, you know, sold over $200,000 from some old lady that you pretended to be her sitter. Come on now. Who's going to steal from children? Who's going to hurt children? And who's going to hurt old folks? Those are the people that's going to be hurt by me most. I mean, actually, kids and old folks, that I don't play games with them. No.
Would you fight a kid?
Huh?
Would you fight a bad kid?
Well, I mean, I've been around bad kids. You know, I told you I used to work in psych, and the psych kids that we had were anywhere from 5 years old. I think we had 4-year-olds all the way up to age 10. I mean, they have autism. They have a lot of things. That's why I got really, you know, really upset that day about that word retarded, because I mean, it means a lot. Those kids have to go through a lot. Autism, there's a lot of stuff that goes along with that. And those kids will sit there and cry sometimes. I know a little boy that was 6 that was sitting there crying with me one day. He was just crying and crying. And I'm like, Raphael, what's wrong? He's like, I don't understand why I'm acting so bad. It's like I can't help it, you know? And he's got things going on with him. And it's not fair for grown folks to be acting so damn dumb over, you know, something that they see that the kid is really, truly upset for. And then let me tell you, if you become a parent of one of those children that somebody's making fun of, you will have a whole different attitude. So, yeah, I feel really bad for the kids that are going through stuff like that. I mean, yeah, there's some badass kids that just need a whooping or whatever, you know, a spanking or something like that. It can work. But there are some kids that really, truly have legitimate things wrong with them, you know, that there's certain things they can't help. So it is what it is, and I feel how I feel.
Okay. Are you voting for Kanye?
Am I what?
Are you voting for Kanye?
No.
Well, why not? Just because he's black?
Because I think Trump's going to get the thing again. I don't care about what's his name. He's just, what you call that? He's another one of them Kardashian changed over folks. That, you know how they get a hold of men and they seem to change them into somebody else? I don't know. He's just, I don't know. I ain't even.
How do you think they do that?
I have not studied enough about Kanye. I do not care about Kanye. He acts like a butthole half the time, and the other time he wants to be a Christian. I don't know who he wants to be. I just know who I am, and that's good enough.
But how do you think that the Kardashians do that, though? How do you think they're able to lure men in and change them?
I guess it's because their butts or something that they get that are plastic. I have no idea. Or maybe they give them some kind of drug. I don't know.
So they drug them and then utilize their plastic
butt
powders.
color, you go find out.
I don't know. I have no idea how it works. I don't know what the Kardashians do.
No, I'm saying you the right color so you can go find out.
No, that's not my bag.
Yeah, you could too. Yeah.
And that's a certain set of principles that will not allow me to participate in such shenanigans.
Well, I understand that because I wouldn't want to participate in such shenanigans either. Because that's what kind of drugs they're using or what kind of, you know, sex. I mean, how in the world are they going to make him be from a cussing fool to, you know, he was a cussing fool all on TV, acting like a dumbass. And all of a sudden now he's like Mr. Preacher of the Year. You know what I mean? Something's weird with him. He done felt like he needs to be committed somewhere and then let him do an analysis and see what's going on with him, see what they're actually doing. Maybe they shocked his brain or something. I don't know what they did.
Do you know
That's Brandon 335. He probably knows.
He might know. He knows everything.
Yeah.
Do you know any Armenians?
Or Miss Gray.
Do you know any Armenians?
Armenian.
Yeah. Do you know any?
What are Armenians? Yeah, what? It's a night home. What is that?
There's just, I mean, a group of people, a culture of people, I guess, their nationality.
Okay, well, I'll look at stuff. I have a phone call with you. I'll see what they are.
Okay. But yes, they're a group of people. So, you know, the Rona has been devastating to a lot of people.
Yeah, it's been bad. It's been really bad, and now it's worse again.
And I know in the medical field you've been seeing a lot of it firsthand.
Yes, sir.
So.
And it's real. It's not just one of them things they made up. It's truly real.
But shit is real. So what?
Well, I mean, a lot of people think the theory is that it's made up, but it's not. There's something. I mean, I can't tell you that exactly what it is, but it is something. So, you know, my doggy's fussing.
No, what are you
But
doing?
anyway, yeah, Marley. But, yeah, it is truly real. The coronavirus, it's real. I mean, it's something going on, so it is truly real. But, yeah, we've been seeing a lot of it, and it's getting worse.
So,
yeah.
Do you believe in the hydrochloroquine? Do you think that'll help it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I don't think it'll work.
Okay. All right. Is it Mr. Misty?
Well, there's my husband, so let me let you go.
All right. Well, tell Mr. Misty we said hello.
Honcho from the Den. Do what now?
Tell Mr. Misty the Den folks say hello.
The Den folks say hello, Ricky. Okay, well, I will catch up with you later. I'll update you later on this coronavirus thing, but I'm going to study up on what those Armenians are.
Yeah, you do that, and then we'll talk about it next time.
Okay, all right. Take care.
All right, you have a good evening, Miss Misty. Good to hear from you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Misty about to get in trouble. What's the motherfucking deal? We got called into the den this evening.
Yeah, it's just Ray again.
All right, Dre, what's on your mind, sir?
I just forgot about something. You mentioned Kanye going for prez.
Yes.
What about Pootie Tang? Pootie Tang should be going for prez. And that's all my call's about. Pootie Tang for prez, and I support that message.
The tippy toe on the running tay?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll work out somewhere.
That's great. The Pootie tag. Okay. So would you if we could vote, would you vote for Kanye?
I'd vote for Pootie Tang.
Okay. Can Pootie Tang rap? Did he drop an
I remember
album?
it was supposed to be something with an album, but I don't know. I never heard it.
Yeah, so I couldn't remember if he dropped the album on the movie or not. Something like that. I think he did. Okay. So at this point, everybody should just throw their hat in the ring and just, anybody can basically run for president now. So I guess that's where we're at. It's terrible. It's a terrible situation we're in as a country.
But you know what? It might be interesting if Kanye's the next president. Run up inside the UN, start slapping people. Like, no, we're enforcing this.
I'm gonna let you finish, but first you're gonna be cutting world leaders off and shit. Oh man, it would be the crazy. Now I kind of want him to become president just to see how crazy this shit would be. You talk about people's fasting, you be talking about the shit motherfuckers wearing and shit. It would be purely hilarious. You know, fucking rap battling world leaders. That'd be the greatest shit ever. So,
I'd like to see him take on Kim Jong-un's sister.
oh man, that's
because she can't lose. Because if he beats her, she'll drop a nuke on him.
Yeah, that's a wrap for. It's definitely a wrap. What? Heidi's terrible. And Ashley's also terrible. Y'all are terrible people. Shame on y'all. Yeah, that's wild stuff, man. So, yeah, I mean, fucking, I don't know. Like, do you think he's taking it serious, or do you think it's a marketing ploy? Do you think he's going to drop a new album? Like, why do you think that Kanye would make that announcement?
Why does he do anything?
Usually for attention.
Like, he might feel like it 1 minute, and he might think it as well, no, I can't give him enough credit for thinking it would be a good publicity stunt. His wife might think about it and be like, yeah, that's a good publicity stunt. Why don't you go off run for president?
Yeah. I mean, that's it. I mean, he's already a well-known name. And people are going to pay attention just because you said that's what you're going to do. So if you set up a platform, even if you just, at this point, stream fucking videos every couple of days about your presidential campaign, it's free publicity. People are going to watch it just to talk about it. So.
Like, I don't know. He has nothing to lose by it.
Correct. So I think you should go for it.
But,
all in.
But I'm still saying Pootie Tang.
So Pootie Tang is the write-in vote?
Yeah.
That's funny. So, like, what happens if... that's interesting. Like, what happens if, like, a third-party candidate wins, they don't have a fucking VP? Like, what if somebody what if people wrote in somebody and they didn't have a vice president? I wonder how that works. I guess we're still picking, but... All right, okay. Pootie Tang.
I don't know. Heidi should try. She'd make a better president.
Heidi?
Yeah.
No, she'd be a terrible president.
It would be half Democratic, half Heidiism.
She'd spent the fucking budget gambling on fucking UFC fights and shit. And fucking bad basketball games. She'd be in the park fucking gambling on fucking pickup games and shit. And so, yeah, there's that. So I wouldn't trust her. She's racing fucking ladybugs and shit across the concrete, betting on that. She's a degenerate. But okay. Well, anything else that's on your mind there, Mr. Dre?
Sorry, I missed it.
No, I said, was there anything else that's on your mind there, Mr. Dre?
No, just Pootie Tang for press.
Pootie Tang for press 2020.
And I endorse that message.
Pootie 2020.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's a bet. Well, I appreciate the call, Mr. Dre.
All right.
All right, you have a good evening.
All right, thanks.
All right. I think Pootie for prayers will be the wrap up. So we heard from Miss Misty. She's still alive. She didn't kill her stepmom, which is good. She better pet that dog, though, because I don't know. That dog seems upset. So here's the deal, right? And I usually try to do my damnedest to make the whole 2 hours with like 2 minutes left. I'm tired of shit. Yeah, I mean, you're no Daryl Morey, Heidi, but you're like in the ballpark. I'm gonna wrap it up, right? And I might be in the Discord. I'll be in the Discord for a few minutes. Every time I sit here and say I'm gonna get a Discord, I'll get in there and kick for a little bit, and then nobody shows up. Slide out, and then come back and check the next day. Be all these crazy messages. So if you are not a part of the Discord community, you're missing out on basically all day den action. It's always something going on in there. So make sure you're part of that. I'll put the link in the description. Shout out to Culture holding down the Den Discord. You're making it the liveliest place on earth. Disney World ain't got shit on us. But again, I appreciate all y'all. Den Show Live, Ed Honcho, HTX on Instagram and Twitter, Den Show Live at Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. I don't know. Anything I may have forgot, I apologize. Like I said, I've been in the Discord for a little bit, and yeah, I was actually in the Discord. I streamed the fuck to the mixer to the Discord the other day. So only Miss Grace watched. And she left me. But man, I'm out tomorrow. Same den time, same den channel. We got some good topics for the rest of the week, so I'll make sure the rest of those are up tomorrow. And with that being said, let me see. With that being said, Heidi's a hater. Nobody got to go home. Everybody else in Discord. But y'all got to get the fuck up out of here. I'm out. I just can't fight this feeling.